Hello and welcome back to my channel. I've decided to make another video in English because this is very yeah, I would say common game for all people to play around the world, and so since English is a main language, I wanted to make this available for all of my viewers currently uh, watching my channel. Uh, this is the game called The Elder Scrolls Online, and since the new add-on is coming to the market this year, I decided to make a video about this game because I'm playing this game since the beta. Uh, I swept everything to English just to make it more understandable. Um, ahead, I'm going just an ahead information. I'm going to have a look at the new intro quests of Greymoor. Let me see if I can find it somewhere. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Stargazers? No. I started this, I think. Coven of Conspiracy, I think. Yeah, the Scout Kings. The Scout Kings agent. I think for some people who know the game already, I think they will know which who I'm going to meet with, since she was a main character from the main storyline of the game. As I already mentioned, I started to play the game with the beta 6 years ago. It was a quite interesting game. For the beginning, as you can see, the graphics are more child-friendly than Skyrim was. Skyrim was darker and more gory than this game is. I think they just wanted to reach a more wider community to play and to make it more child-friendly. Because let's see if we can talk to this character. The character models are much more friendly looking. This is not so very obvious for the elven guys, but I'll see if we can find a Nord character. I think she is, but we cannot talk to her. And the rest of the guards supposed to be of elven kind, because I'm currently at a place called Somerset, which is a part of the game and then also an add-on where you have a new skill line introduced to the game. Now I try to figure out how to come to get out of this region here. Ah, you have to go to the harbor, I see. Somerset are the isles of the high elves of the main game. So they added a new line of skills for this game. Basically, to say it's just like any other massively multiplayer online role-play game. You have several classes, like the melee guys fighting with knives and daggers and swords, which can take roles just as tank or short-range combat or damage dealers. Then I'm playing as an high elf magic wielder, necromancer. I can summon the skeletons and do damage fields on the map, like this one, for example. Then there are the healer classes and the hybrid classes. Basically, you can do anything with this game. It's not like that. Like you have one line which you can. You have one line which you can follow. For example, in Warcraft, you have classes like they can play as tanks because they are allowed to wear heavy armory. But with my class, I'm playing Magicka or magic-based, spell-based rogue-like character. No, not rogue-like, but caster-like character, which wields a staff and do magic. But I can also play this character as a tank or a healer even. So this is more flexible like other games where you just have one role or at least two for one character, certainly three. You can play with in any role you want to. Most of the classes can play as tanks. Most of the classes can play as healer because you have not only your own skill tree, you have skill trees for weapons as well. As you can see here, there's a restoration staff, and with the restoration stuff, for example, you can play a damage dealer as a healer. If you just use this one and while using it you level up, and with leveling up you will get more heal speed. It's not that effective than a real healer class is, but yes, for I would say for healing a non-raid or just a dungeon or something, this is probably enough. You can play with this, and this is what I think is the speciality of this game, because you don't have this stiff class orders where you can, or where you're allowed only to play in one role or at least two. You play in many roles, whatever role you want to play, and you can wear all sorts of armor. And where do we have to go? Fighter skills. Ah, okay, that does not matter. Alright, Stormhaven. So you're not playing a very fixed character. You can play as whatever you want to play. And wearing all sorts of armor can combine this every specialty. But you must be aware that certain armor sets, like light armor, is like... So where do you want me to go? Glenumbra. Rivenspire. I'm not quite sure where to go right now. Where I have to go, I need to find the the Fighters Guild at the moment. But to come back for what from what I said before, or to what I said before, you can combine several combat styles and several armor styles, and you can skill everything just like the original Skyrim game, where you just progress. Where you progress through everything with in this game, just like using the armor, or use everything. Oh, where am I? Rivenspire. Um, you progress through the game by using the weapons and the armor, and you will get skill points, and then you will get new abilities. Level cap at the moment is level 50, but then you have the so-called champion points. Level skill for every other weapon is also 50, where you have reached maximum level for most of the abilities. And so for the moment, I'm concentrating on staff using and damage dealing, because it's more, since I don't have that much time to invest into this game, I play as a damage dealing class, because other classes are much more need much more time to play, I would say. When you want to play like if you want to play as a tank, for example, you need to collect more armor, collect good weapons, skill your defense rate and everything. Same as the healer class, it's just like you have to invest time to get progress, or to get this character able to go to group raids and everything. And since I don't have that much time to invest into the game, I'm playing as a damage dealing class. It's just like collect your staff and progress in the game. The game itself is much more friendly towards player who doesn't want to play that intensively with a guild or with multiplayer. You can play that for yourself very easily if you don't have to go to dungeons daily. You'd still have the random groups, yes, of course, but for example, raids you cannot go with in a random group. But you have the possibility to play this game yourself, that very much on yourself, as I said, and it's very story driven. You have several thousand lines of dialogue, which are with audio, very well known voice actors in this game. For example, in the German version, you have the German voice of the John Cleese as one of the characters spoken in the game, which is very interesting, because I should try to figure out if this is in English as well. I haven't heard the English conversation so far. Mhm, mhm, mhm. Okay, we'll choose the second option just to make this a little bit quicker. Dishan is like the place I've been I've been already, because I've been playing through this already, because I have chosen Daggerfall as my one of the three fractions in this game. There's a big war between every faction going on here, and I was like choosing the Daggerfall, how's it called? Daggerfall Convent or something like that. I chose it before, so I already knew this maps. I have played here before. As you can see, everything or almost everything is done. Ooh, there's something I can go back to. And this is just slightly spoiler alert. Varren is. I choose to kill Varren in the game, so he's not alive anymore. Because and so this line is very strange because she couldn't do anything for Warren anyways because he's dead. You have to choose for one victim to give his soul to power your weapon, which you need to defeat the main enemy of the main storyline. And I choose Varren over Lyris or over the other guy. It would be funny if I would have chosen Lyris and she was dying. Then she couldn't be here because at the end you'll meet like a goddess, and she tells you that the one you have chosen is gone and will never come back. Okay. Yeah, that's true. All right. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, just like a path to follow. So as I mentioned before, the game changed over the time. They started as a monthly paid multiplayer game, just like the most of the games. Today you don't have to pay for the game anymore. It's just like you can play that for free. But I decided to pay for a plan called ESO Plus, which gives you some slight advantages. Like you have more space to collect all the stuff you need. Like let's see if we can find something around here. As you can see, I'm using an add-on which show me the places of materials I already harvested before. So check that around to demonstrate something, or maybe I don't need that because I just can show you this way. When you have the this ESO Plus stuff, you can use this bag for your ingredients, which is separated from your usual baggage, which gives you more place to carry around anything else, and this one goes automatically to the back when you collect like wood or iron, ingots and everything. It will go automatically to the back, to the material back. Also, you have a bigger space for your treasury. You can place more stuff into that thing. Here's something, as you can see. I'll show you. When I take this one, you can see it just puts into the inventory, and this small symbol in front of that one shows me that it's not going to go to my regular bag, just to the bag that I have before, or that I have unlocked with that one. Just like, yeah, it was the payment plan before, where you haven't had these advantages. Now you can play that for free. You have to buy the add-ons anyways, which is not necessary with the ASO Plus stuff as well. If you're paying them, if you're paying the monthly fee, you have this. You have everything unlocked for you, like the upcoming add-on is also unlocked for me. I know that everyone sees it different, and most of the people do not want to pay for this game. But I said it's like $15 a month, and this doesn't bother me that much. So I decided to pay that and have a slightly more comfortable play experience. You get that monthly payment of so-called crowns. Crowns is the in-game money. As you can see here, this is like you have this several stuff you can buy, but nothing like gives you an advantage over other players. It's mainly stuff like mounts, and yeah, here you can see mounts or non-combat pets or cosmetic styles or everything. You can buy the DLCs with the crowns as well, so you have that permanently, and if you decided to stop your monthly payment, you can use that as well, which I find pretty cool. Or you can buy the loot crates with that one. Everyone has different opinion about the loot crate mechanic, but I think if this does give you no combat advantage, I think it's no harm done. Everyone can decide themselves if you want to use that mechanic or if you don't want to use it. I bought some crates and got me this very nice looking mount. I like it very much. I like that game. And since the developer depends on this money to develop the game, and they did a pretty neat job. At the beginning it was very, very buggy from time to time, and many people didn't like the game mechanics, so they decided you had a rush on this, like 1 million players in the first month, and then it was slowly dying, and then they started to just throw that paid mechanic overboard. And since then, the game develops. It's more alive than ever. You have a lot of players. You have a lot of players in the game itself nowadays. It's easy to find a group. Still not a perfect game. You have a lot of bugs. Wouldn't say that this is a 10 out of 10 game, but it developed a lot. You have a ton of story to play through. At least I would say like 400 hours of playing if you do the whole story with every single quest. And as I said before, every single quest has audio files, which makes it very, very interesting to play. And for those who don't like to read a million lines of in-game quest logs and everything, you have everything presented to you with an audio, and that's pretty cool. I think it's worth to have a look at this game. I highly recommended it. I came back to this game. I stopped playing like 2017. came back in like 2019 and was overwhelmed with everything because I saw a commercial about the new add-on with with dragons coming to this game, and I said, "Oh yeah, I like dragon very much in Skyrim, so let's see what they add in this game." I was really surprised about how big this game has grown, how much you can do or have to do, or am I saying? You don't have to do anything, but if you like to, you have a vast majority of quest lines and everything. Also, difference between every other game I've played on the MMO segment so far is the combat system. I will demonstrate it here. Usually you just have this combination of casts and attacks, which you have to cast, but as you can see I have like a little crosshair in the game, so this is like active blocking and everything, so this is more active combat system. It's not very easy to demonstrate, but this is getting a little bit more skillful to play. You need more skills to play it when you have larger groups of enemies, when you're like 20 enemies collected or something. This makes it more difficult to play it, like just like when with normal MMOs you have like your 10 buttons with your main rotation and like 2 or 3 other skills you use on occasion, but for that one you have like different attacks. Like this is heavy attack, as you can see, which takes longer to charge. This is the small one, does less damage. Also have like other disadvantages, because when I'm using my heavy attack I also regenerate the magic and endurance. I need like mana for my spells, and with that heavy attack I regenerate mana for my spells, or magicka as it's called in this game, like stamina and magicka. I can regenerate since I'm using mainly the magicka. When I'm casting heavy spells I'm regenerating my magicka, or whatever is it called in the game. And this is what makes it more interesting from any other MMO I played so far, and I can say that I like it very much because I've played a lot of MMOs. I played the big ones like WoW or Guild Wars, or even the Conan MMO, the Star Wars MMO, everything. This is like, yeah, they are very good. They're like masterclass for themselves, and so far no other MMO was able to beat the big one, World of Warcraft, so far. But this is like developed for a certain kind of player, play experience, and yeah, it divides the gaming community as well, because you have players who who like the game very much, like me, or you have the players, the one that spend a lot of hours with Skyrim, and they say no, that's not the Skyrim, it's not the Elder Scrolls, because it's not that dark. Each to their own, I would say, but yep, I think you should stay open-minded and just try out something new, and with that you have a great experience in this game. Hopefully you enjoyed my review on this game, since Greymoor is coming out very soon. The game's getting more crowded than it used to be, and as I said, a lot of fun with this game playing. Hope you like my review. Please stay tuned on my channel. I will make more videos if you like this one. And thanks for watching. If you like it, leave me a like or comment on this video. And if you already haven't done this, subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching.